Hi everyone, it's Friday, December 27th. This is Lee McMahon. Just doing a weekly wrap-up video. We had some interesting price action over the last 24 hours, so I thought it would be worth doing a quick review. I'm aware most people are probably away still on holiday until after the first of the year. But, if you are away and you happen to see this and you haven't checked the charts in a while, it may be worth a quick glance because there's some stuff going on. Remember that right now is the 27th. We have couple days next week, alright, Monday and Tuesday before really the holiday, but no one's going to be around Tuesday afternoon, and then Monday's going to be a little shaky, so expect these conditions to persist really until the Monday following the 1st, alright, which is it's going to be the 6th, basically. All right, so expect some slow conditions. Expect some crazy moves like we saw last night. So look over the risk disclaimer, pause the video if necessary, and then we'll go to the charts and talk about some of these nutty moves that we've seen in the past 24 hours. All right, we're going to start with the euro. So we have here on the euro, if you look at this daily candle, it's just ridiculous. Drop down to the 4-hour chart and show you a little bit of exactly what happened. Alright, so we held this ascending trend line really nicely, okay? And we just kept holding it. And then, so that was kind of a warning sign. I think I mentioned on Twitter and in our members chat room going into the Christmas holiday that, like, look where we are with this decline. Alright, look where we have this major trend line support. Don't expect us to see a significant breakdown. I also did not expect to see a significant rally, but last night someone took advantage of the low liquidity, maybe a couple someones, all right? And what ended up happening, the extent to which it was intentional, I'm not sure, but I suspect this is fairly well coordinated, is they ran stops, all right, on the euro. They knew that that a lot of retail traders, even a lot of major money traders had some stops lurking here. All right, you can see these candles here. These are stop grabbing candles. All right, this one especially. Once we cleared these recent highs, there was hundreds and thousands of people and hundreds and thousands and millions of dollars worth of stops sitting above these 138.30 highs, and we grabbed all of them and then we fell back down. All right, so that is classic textbook low liquidity stop grab. That's what happened. And now we'll have to see, all right? So we're falling back here. Major support remains this trend line. Call it like about 168.75 or so now is probably the major line, all right? The 136.75. 136.45 is this 200 period EMA. That's worth watching. You can see it was supportive. It's been supportive pretty consistently here. So those are what you need to keep your eye on here for euro. We'll see when money comes back into the market. If these people who got flushed out start piling into shorts again and pushes it lower, we'll see if this marks some sort of blow off top here and we start to see the euro finally start to break down, or if this trend line holds and we continue to march higher after this retracement. I don't know. We'll have to see. So there's lots of opportunities, I think, in the euro going forward, but I would be hesitant right now to do them, to chase anything. The similar thing happened here on pound dollar, okay? Grabbed above new highs, grabbed all these stops, started to fall back. Pound dollar, all right, is interesting here. Again, you can see looks very similar to the euro. Major support really down around 163.46. I don't know if we'll get that low, but that is where the first really clear trendline support area comes in. There's be some fib levels before that, but that's what I'm looking for on pound. Aussie dollar, all right, I still think that this inverse head and shoulders pattern on Aussie has potential. The thing that makes me nervous is we basically filled this gap and headed lower, all right? We made a new low here. That's not super comforting if you're trying to find long opportunities on Aussie. But, it's still technically valid. We'll have to see if this low holds up. But right now you can see how enthusiastic this 50-period EMA here on the 4-hour chart has been holding price down. All right, that's where we came into and we started to fall back. Aussie Swiss, kind of an interesting setup here, retested here, possible double bottom, so keep your eye on that. Euro Aussie, same thing, another really ridiculous blow off top to test the backside trend line before falling lower. So there are some potential here, I think, in Euro high beta crosses and pound high beta crosses as well for some downside. But if we're gonna, you can see pound Aussie made new highs. If we're gonna see that, we're gonna need to see Aussie dollar catch a bid, and I'm just not convinced it's gonna be able to do so. Right now. Same thing goes for Aussie yen. All right, the yen's this held really well. Aussie yen held this descending trend line very well today. This moving average cluster is support right around market. It's about 92.95. That is definitely one to keep your eye on. I'm still looking for that breakout. The rest of the yen pairs moved pretty well today. These dollar yen made new highs. Pound yen shot higher. But euro yen shot higher, new highs. Pound yen is one I've been harping on for a while. We completed the measured move today. I was talking about getting long pound yen for a move to complete this bull flag breakout. We basically came within about 25 pips of completing it and started to fall back lower. I still remain bullish the yen pairs. I think they might fall back. I mean, I would love to see pound yen fall back to about 170.60. That would be an awesome opportunity to get long. I don't think we'll get that low. All right, you can see here the Nikkei looks pretty good here above 16,000, so I'm not expecting anything great from yen pair retracements. And then from E-minis, if we do see a dip, 18.18 or so is the next major buying opportunity, as we did push to new highs yet again today. One thing that was interesting is when we saw the dollar sell-off, all right, we saw yields rise as well. You can see the 10-year is down a little bit. It's up a little bit now, but it still did not. You can see that we did dip last night, all right, before it sort of stabilized. 30-year is actually down a little bit on the day. So we didn't see the dollar move really matched by treasuries, so that was a little bit of a warning sign that we may see a reversal. And we'll have to see now if treasuries can continue to break lower and continue to boost the dollar. In terms of what I'm looking for, still watching yen pairs. Given I'm out pound yen, euro yen I never got in, but I am looking for opportunities to try to get long CAD yen, Kiwi yen. There's see trend line support right here. That would be an excellent buying opportunity. And then, of course, Aussie yen on the breakout. The Nordic pairs are also interesting here. They previewed the breakdown. All right, you can see they broke down a little bit beforehand and then spiked lower with everything. Major resistance now on the Nordic pairs. This is dollar Swedish krona. 65472 is a trendline retest resistance. And then the Norwegian krone, okay, held this trend line. We're getting back above this one, so 6.2 is major resistance still. Still looking for a breakout on that. And then last but not least, dollar Swiss, very attractive still holding this descending trend line. I'm still looking for a breakout above to get long, which matches that Aussie Swiss potential that I showed you earlier. All right, so I think there's a lot to look at going into next week, even with the holiday. I think there is some good potential out there, and I would encourage you to maybe try to take a couple trades, but keep your trade size small or keep your stops tight. Remember that we get some really weird price action even next week. All right, I hope you guys had a wonderful Christmas for those of you that celebrate it, and I hope everyone has a great new year. I look forward to talking to you soon.